Welcome to the House and Hammer built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and your resident tribal chief, Hammer. Acknowledge me. Hope everybody's having a great Monday wherever you guys are at. Do me a favor, those coming on in, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. We will be bringing to you guys live in its entirety Antonio Pierce's press conference after yesterday's loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, which puts us now at 2-11. First overall pick of the 2025 NFL Draft. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to go around the league momentarily. Let me do a quick salute and a roll call to everybody in here. Martin, my neighbor from across the pond, salute my guy. Can't get right, salute, brother. Anthony, Isaiah, Blazin, the boss. Whoa. Your name here, what's good? Marvin Lewis, get them likes up. Let them know. You guys see it in the top left corner. Again, we went backwards for whatever reason, but let's get back to 9,500 and beyond. 6 more subs right now. Let's run that up today. We will also open up the vault line for you guys towards the end of the show. See more and more people are coming on in, so I appreciate that. North Sac native, salute. Welcome. You guys want to support me, support the channel. The link is pinned to the very top. Let me go to ESPN.com real quick. I'm sorry, guys. This was definitely very, very last minute. Give me 1 sec. We'll see if we can get this up and going. Give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can hear me loud and clear. I don't want to have any issues, any technical issues, because, yeah, feels like it's been a minute since we've done a solo show together as well. ESPN.com is taking forever to pull up right now. I might have to do this from my phone. Oh, nope. There we go. NFL. Hate the dead air. You guys know that. And let's get to it. Okay. We're going back to yesterday. Again, we lost 28-23. Oh, I'm sorry, 28-13. We're going to do a breakdown and a recap of all the stats and everything with our game after the end of the press conference. Jags beat the Titans 10-6. Very ugly game. We had mentioned it during our live yesterday as we did the live play-by-play of the Bucs and Raiders. Dolphins and Jets went down to the wire, but went into overtime, and ultimately, Dolphins had first possession. They scored on a pass from Tua to Jonnu Smith, who pretty much was non-existent until the very end of that game. He had the final 3 receptions, including the game-winning touchdown. Vikings beat the Falcons at home, 42-21. Darnold was on a tear. It was a combined 5 touchdowns between Addison and Justin Jefferson. Saints pulled it off. Giants just can't seem to stay out their own way. 14-11, the Saints beat the Giants at MetLife. Eagles held their own. Panthers, it's just like a week-by-week thing where they're in it with a lot of these teams that are playoff contenders, but the Eagles ultimately won 22-16. In Pittsburgh, the Steelers beat the Browns 27-14. Seahawks went to Arizona, that giant toaster in the desert, and handled their business against the Cardinals 30-18. In a thriller in the late game, the Rams beat the Bills 44-42. Josh Allen sets a record first quarterback in NFL history with 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns, but ultimately could not come up with that W. 49ers, a lot of people, including myself, thought the Bears would be the upset special this week and handle the 49ers. Wrong. 38-13, the 49ers took 38-13. 49ers took care of business in Santa Clara. And the late night game, the Sunday night primetime game, different team, same final score. Chiefs beat the Chargers 19-17. So there you guys have it with the around the league scores. And tonight you have the Cowboys and the Bengals, Monday Night Football. And they're actually doing something very special. I think it's between Disney and ESPN Plus. They are doing the simulcast in where all the players and coaches, everybody, they're going to be Simpsonized. So it's going to be an animated game on ESPN Plus and I believe Disney as well. So make sure to check that out. I'm definitely going to take a peek just to see how it looks. Most definitely. DeMarcus, salute. I see more and more people are coming on in and we're waiting for the start of this presser. Nomad, salute my guy. Hope you're doing well. Daniel Caps, Tankathon has us number 1. Yes, right now. And I did look at it early this morning with the strength of schedule. Our strength of schedule, if I remember correctly, is 0.536. The Giants are 5.46. We are ahead right now as it stands as the number one overall pick going into the 2025 NFL draft. There are still, what are we now? 2-11. We have 4 games left. We are down both our quarterbacks. It's now down to Desmond Ridder, and I think Bradley's going to be called up as well. But look, you guys know how I feel in terms of I don't believe in tanking. Tanking, rebuild are two of the ugliest, nastiest words when it comes to professional sports, especially when it comes to a team that I am a fan of. Things just have not swung our way at all this season. A lot of injuries. That one to Aiden O'Connell yesterday was absolutely disgusting. He already got rid of that ball and gets shoved probably about 2 full seconds after he released that ball. There was no flag called. It is what it is. This is where we stand right now. I want to see if Antonio Pierce does have an injury update for us as it pertains to Aiden O'Connell. But look, we're in this situation that we're in now. As it stands right now, again, we do have the number one overall pick going into the 2025 NFL draft as it stands, but we still have 4 games left. And a lot of people have said, hey, we could win maybe one of these games. We have to wait and see. Going to be a bad 4 weeks. Yeah. Norsac native, thank you for becoming a new sub. Might as well start Jacoby at quarterback. I don't want to see him get seriously hurt. No, I don't want to do that. The Riddler. Yeah, he's there. Diddler, the Riddler. All that fun stuff. Got a good chance to lose out because I can't see Ritter winning us any games. Look, after we saw him when he did come in yesterday, it was very, very scary to watch. And I'm just like, okay, this is what we have left now. This is where we stand. It's not very pretty. Not very pretty at all. It was a great game for real. I feel like you're being facetious right now or are you talking about Bills and Rams? Saints and Jags are spooky games. And Derek Carr went down with an injury yesterday as well. They showed the replay. Look, this is something that he should have learned from a long time ago in terms of him running. He ran, he decides to try to extend and dive midair. He comes down face first, like he nose planted or face planted rather. But they showed the replay of him sitting after the injury and he was in tears. So I have not seen anything. I haven't read anything today in terms of the severity of that injury, but they went with Hainer. He came in for Carr, and that dude didn't look too great either. So whenever we play the Saints, if Carr's not back, you could see Hainer and Ritter. Like, that is going to be a game that nobody's going to want to watch. So, yeah, the NFL will do nothing to those crooked refs. Look, we saw a lot of weird penalties. Not weird. I don't want to say weird. Penalties that if any of us were on that field in the black and white, we could be throwing flags left and right. Did we not see the hold on Max Crosby? It wasn't called, and it really wasn't a hold. He was being put in a chokehold, and no flag is thrown. December 22nd versus Jacksonville, so that's 2 weeks away. And we have the Falcons next Monday night, which I talked about this to people off air. I was pretty sure that this game was going to be flexed, but apparently you could only flex up until like 2 weeks prior to the game. It wasn't flexed, so we will be live next Monday night. I don't know how Graf is going to feel about that because I'm thinking about it now. Like Monday Night Raw, like do we call the game? Do we do Monday Night Raw? Decisions. Maybe we do both if we can. Don't nobody show pain like DC. Damn, poor Jonathan Brooks tore his ACL again. Wait, what? Wasn't that like his first game? Because I hadn't seen him at all this season. Wow. I feel so bad for that kid, man. Then you guys know I'm a huge UT fan. I said wherever he went, as long as it wasn't a rival, I would root for him. That's terrible. Wow. Salute to Taino. Sucks, same Nate. Oh, no. I didn't see that. Ugh. Yo, prayers for that kid, man. Prayers for him, speedy recovery. That's terrible. See if I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing anybody yet. I appreciate everybody that's in here. We got 119 in here. Do me a favor if you haven't already. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell. Rorschach, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Oh yeah, there was some good news that happened overnight. Oh my god. Wow. There was some good news that happened late last night, at least for me. A very early Christmas present. But free agent, no more. And all he had to do is hop on the Harlem River Drive and cross the Triborough Bridge. Juan Soto
You
is
can
officially a New York Met. AP's on the. Give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can hear it. Hold on, guys. You guys hear it, man? Thumbs up.
Throwing, we got an interception. So we got to be smart with that. But again, we are a more efficient offense when we get Brock going. And obviously, it was a big day for Big Mike. It was good to see him going. So again, the way the game kind of shapes out each and every week is going to change. And you're going into it with one plan, and it creates opportunities for other players, and those guys have to step up as well.
Now that you had a chance to check out the film, is it anything that you can identify why you guys got off to such a slow start and then had to rally back?
Early in the game, on third down, short yardage on defense. That was the number one thing because that was a long drive to start out the gate. Kind of anticipate them that they would accept and take the kickoff and get their offense out there. I thought offensively, we had a shot on the very first play and we're, a yard or two away. We had another opportunity with Big Mike. That ball's incomplete. So you can see that we're trying to be aggressive out the gate. Didn't hit those throws, created a short field, and now, that's what happened against a very explosive offense. But pump the brakes. Second quarter, these guys kind of focused, dialed in. Thought did a great job competing. You saw the defense there with the 3 turnovers, and then offense finally got going a little bit. And look, we're going to have 14-10 with the ball. And the third quarter, we had the ball for whatever it was, 10-plus minutes down inside the 10-yard line with an opportunity to be down by 1 or take the lead.
I know that you didn't get any points on that drive, but it was 16 plays in over 10 minutes, very balanced. It's something that you talked about a lot. Is that the drive you were looking for?
Yeah, I thought, sincere again, McCormick, that offense, the O-line, outstanding job. Hat for a hat. McCormick, sincere, being very decisive in his running behind his pads, making the first defender miss, and even making it, there's a mistake up front, making it right, by being decisive. So really good drive there. Again, we just got to finish. And that's been our theme this year, right? Getting down all the way into the red zone inside the 5 and then pump the brakes and, doesn't go our way. So we've got to continue to work on that, which we'll do this week.
follow-up question. When you mentioned Sincere McCormick, can you talk a little bit about him and just how much him being on the practice team has helped him come in and take on this role?
So towards the end of last year, I remember him coming up to me, and I was familiar with him, but not so much. And he asked me, "What do I need to do to get a bigger role, to get in the game?" I'm like, "Man, you got Josh Jacobs at the time and Zamir." I'm like, "Hey, man, you just got to have a great offseason to work." Well, to his credit, he did. He had a really good offseason. Came in. Again, you're not really talking about him. But to be honest, when we were in training camp, his name came up a lot. But he was down the road. And only thing I told him once, we made the decision with the 53-man roster, he was on the practice squad, just keep working the same way you've been working. You never know when your name's going to get called. And the one thing about him, he was ready. And what we've seen in practice and what you're now seeing in the game has been that consistent player that's worked, that grinds, that's taking care of the opportunity, taking care of the football, running behind his pads, giving us that spark. In the last few weeks, every week, I think he had 6, 12, and yes, I believe 15 or 16 carries. This is going to keep improving, and it will again this week.
The same sort of thing with Jason? This gentleman?
Yeah, no, I think he's done a really good job, understanding his role. Right. And I think that role is growing more and more as he's making plays and getting more comfortable within the scheme and working together with our front four, which is really critical because everything we do filters towards Max and then free up Max. So then when you have those opportunities to win your one-on-one matchups, you have to do it. And I thought he did a hell of a job because early on in the game, we got popped on that same screenplay for explosive. Later, second quarter, he recognizes, steps back, tips the interception. So good football IQ by a good player.
Coach, when you look at the performance of the O-line, there was a couple of snaps there. Was that just poor communication or was those just bad snaps?
Oh, the quarterback center change? Yeah, that was poor between the quarterback and center.
With Brock, in some of these games where he has been held in check, do you see any consistencies on tape that the opposing defenses are doing, or is it more up to execution on your side of the ball?
No, I think it's also the quarterback just being smart with the ball, not forcing it. Right? If it's not there, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Throw to the next receiver, the next open player. And obviously, there's a lot of times that because Brock's getting double teamed, he is a decoy as well. It opens up the game for somebody else. And to be honest, we expected Mike to have a big game. We expected a lot of receptions from Mike, just the way they were going to play base defense and their Bronco package, 5 D linemen and 1 linebacker. So we knew we'd get the matchups with Big Mike on the guys that we wanted, and those are the throws that we made. And I thought Mike had a really breakout day. It was good to see him get going, giving up his body, jumping, diving, all that good stuff. So that's just the nature of the beast. Cool. All right, guys.
Thank you, Doug. Good luck.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. Antonio Pierce's presser. Not a lot to say, but again, really hasn't been much to say throughout this entire season. Big Mike is in here? Where's he at? Is he in here? Can I get your opinions on Shedeur? Hold up. Let's talk about this. Hammer, can I get your opinion on Shedeur? I have to factor in the fact that O-line is pure ass cheeks, and he had one elite weapon pretty well his entire career, but when I watched his tape, nothing. So I talked about this the other day when me and Graf were live, and Shedeur was a guy that I wasn't very high on. More going into this season, and then I saw tape, I saw games here and there of his play, and yeah, his O-line is not the best in the world, but he was still finding ways to get the job done, whether it being in the air or with his feet. He definitely is a guy that can be a game changer, especially if we have a bolstered offensive line, most specifically the interior offensive line. He could be a guy that can come in here and will be a guy that will consistently compete, consistently perform, as long as that offensive line is intact and as long as we have a competent, very intelligent offensive coordinator that will play to his strengths, that will play to the offensive line strengths. I think it'll be able to handle itself just fine. We've heard about this in terms of the experts, the draft analysts, in terms of this upcoming draft and how realistically this quarterback draft class, there's only 2 quarterbacks that are even remotely worth being first-round picks, guys that will be productive and good at the next level, and it's Shedeur and Cam Ward. It falls off tremendously after those 2 guys. So we need to make the play and get one of these quarterbacks ASAP. I'm hearing it, so now I have to find it. Chris 4 Raiders just gifted 5 Raider Nation News Today memberships. Appreciate you, my guy. You want to support me, you want to support the channel, you want to keep the lights on here. The link is pinned to the very top. Appreciate you, my guy. So let's get into it. In terms of the recap, we're going to go through the stats real quick, and we'll give some game balls, even though, look, we lost. There's really not much to give out. But let's go through the box score real quick, and we're only going to talk about our guys. I'm obviously not concerned about Tampa. Aiden O'Connell, 11 for 19, 104 yards, 5.5 on average, 1 interception, 1 sack, a QBR of 8.2 with a rating of 51.2. Desmond Ridder, who came in, and again, there's no update right now on the injury for Aiden O'Connell. But once we get something, I'll make sure to post it on the other social media platforms. Desmond Ridder, 12 for 18, 101 yards, 5.6 on average, was sacked once. No yards lost in it. QBR 64.9, a rating of 81.0. Sincere McCormick, talked about it yesterday. He had the most rushing yards in a game this year for our Raiders. 15 carries, 78 yards. He beat it by only 14 yards. Congratulations to him. 5.2 on average. 29 was his longest. That is Graf's guy, so I got to show him a little bit more respect. Aiden O'Connell, 6 carries for 6 yards. Obviously, you know what the average was, and he had the touchdown on that tush push. Brock, 1 carry, 3 yards. Desmond Ridder, 2 carries, 3 yards. Amir Abdullah, 1 carry, 1 yard. Receiving department, Mayer was that guy yesterday. 7 receptions for 68 yards. Jacoby Myers, 7 for 67. Very, very close, obviously. Brock. Shout out to Pessimistic on the 199. I'm going to hit that in a second. No Diddy if necessary. Brock Bowers, 5 targets, 3 receptions, 49 yards. They really have picked up on how good this guy is in terms of Brock, and everybody's trying to shut him down now. But he did break the single season rookie record for tight end reception, so congratulations to him. Now let's try to get him over 1,000 yards receiving before the season ends. Defensive department, Trayvon Merrick, 8 total, 5 solo, half a sack, 3 pass breakups, 1 QB hit. Spillane, 7 solo, 5 total. Darnay Holmes, 7 total, 4 solo, 1 sack, 1 for a loss, 1 pass breakup, 1 QB hit. The rookie Jonah Laulu, 5 total, 4 solo. DCAM, 5 total, 3 solo. The rookies were really getting involved yesterday. Kalavon Chasen, 4 total, 3 solo, half a sack, a tackle for a loss, a pass deflection, a QB hit, and he also had that sick athletic interception. Jack Jones, 3 total, 3 solo, pass deflection, and an interception. I don't think we really need to go any more into the defense because the rest of it down the line was pretty much fairly even. Max did not have a great performance. 2 total, 1 solo, 1 for a loss. 1 pass deflection, 1 QB hit. Kind of hard to get to the quarterback when you're being held every damn play. Let's see where we're at here. And salute to the 202 that we have in here right now. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush a bell, hit that subscribe button, y'all. We are 6 away from 9,500. Let's run it up. Carter Bradley season. Carter Bradley or Desmond Ridder? Either or, I don't see us winning another single game the rest of the way. And it's not an insult. It's just a fact of life. Quick pause for the pause. Quick pause for the cause. I'm slipping over my own words. Again, it's been a minute since we've done a solo show. And salute to my boy Noose. Thank you for gifting 10 memberships. This thing is going to keep going off. I might have to just turn the alerts off for a minute. The sound anyways. We'll keep it off for a minute while we do this. Appreciate you though, bro. Quick pause for the cause. Coldest, let's do it on the other side. Coldest.com/Hammers House. They had the Cyber Week sale, which just wrapped up. 64% off, up to 64% off select items. This cup, I stand by it. One of the best water bottles I've ever had. And I've had this before they even reached out. Stays cold up to 36 hours. You could put your teas, your coffees in here as well. They stay hot up to 13 hours. Coldest.com. Here we go. Coldest.com/Hammers House. I love this bottle. I might have to get one. We might have to do a giveaway where we can get one engraved with either my logo or the Raider logo, and we'll do a giveaway for one of you special subscribers. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Ty on the 199. Number 1 draft pick so far. Can we hold on to it? We shall see. And again, congratulations to the newest members. I appreciate y'all. More than you'll ever know. Can't get right, you already know. Rob, we're going to talk after the show. We're most definitely going to talk after the show. And shout out to the resident meathead of Raider Nation, Mr. L.A. Rob. Yeah. Let me know that you guys can hear the sound effects as well, because I want to make sure everything is on the up and up. We better not win a single game. 2 games that I'm worried might. Yeah, and you know what's funny, Dan? Jaguars did win yesterday, beat the Titans. I've talked about this in terms of the remaining schedule, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I think if we were to win any game towards the tail end of the season now, might be Jacksonville. Obviously, we don't want that at this point, and I'm not saying I'm here for tanking, but as it stands right now, number 1 overall pick, we hold on to it these next couple of weeks. I got to look at the schedule remaining for us and the schedule remaining for the Giants to really be like, are either one of these teams going to get a win? Are we going to hold on to that number 1 overall pick? We shall see. Adam, let him know. The Jet, yeah. And the Jets, they had that opportunity to seal it yesterday, and they just couldn't. There was too much time left. It was actually a matter of seconds left on the clock. 2 in Miami. They got the kick return, and they took it all the way near the 50-yard line. And a couple of plays, they hit the field goal to tie it, took it into overtime. They won the coin toss. Again, Jonnu Smith was not involved in that game until overtime. 3 receptions in overtime, including the game-winning touchdown, and they won in overtime 32-26. You're 1,000% correct, bro. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and salute to the 210 that we have in here. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on X, we're on IG as well. Come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. All right, let me pull this up real quick. I do want to see what the remaining schedule is for both teams. I definitely want to see the Giants. I'm very, very intrigued. As it stands right now, we have the Falcons on Monday. Following that, we have the Jaguars at home. We're home the next 2 games. We're home against the Falcons. We're home against the Jaguars. Then December 29th, we are in New Orleans to face the Saints. And then January 5th, our final game of the season, we're back home, season finale against the Los Angeles Chargers. So let's see the Giants' remaining schedule. Let me pull this up real quick. All right. So they are home against the Ravens. The following week, they play the Falcons in Atlanta. December 29th, they face the Colts, and they finish their season in Philly against the Eagles. They could beat the Falcons. They could probably beat the Colts too. Are they going to? Time will tell. That's what's remaining for us right now. Pessimistic. Appreciate you on the $2 holla. I'm saying we are here for tanking. Raiders. I can't with y'all. No car bowl after all, as many predicted. Damn. Sean Johnson, I did a predictor. We lose out. We own the number 1 pick. We win 1 game. We fall to number 6. We can win 2 games. We fall to 8. Please don't fuck this up. I'm sorry. Please don't fuck this up. The Giants are losing out. They should have won that game yesterday. You think they're going to lose to both the Falcons and the Colts? I think they have a better strength of schedule remaining than we do. That works in our favor. Agreed. Well, like I said, I looked at the strength of schedule, and this was on Tankathon. We were at 0.536, and I think they're like 0.546, something like that. Thank you, Jesus. I can't. Imagine winning with the backup at quarterback. Yo, I can't. Zon, salute my guy. We win this week. We drop from 1 to 8 or 9 in the draft position. We can't win this game. I just heard some weird ass noise from outside. I don't know what the hell that was. Giants have a better chance to win a game with Drew Lock than. That's a fact. That's a fact. Ritter's gonna have the game of his bold prediction. What? Reese salute, please fire AP. I would be pissed if we win anymore. I think a lot of people at this point, especially if we move out of the number 1 overall pick, I think a lot of people are going to lose their minds. Like I said, we talked about this before in terms of this quarterback draft class. It's Shedeur or Cam, and after that, it's a huge fall off. It's a huge drop. So I don't want to mess this up at this point. Shout out to DeMarcus. Hammer, what's your thoughts on the left tackle out of Texas? Kelvin Banks, best left tackle in the country. And I'm not just saying that because I am a Texas fan. It has been said by plenty of announcers, plenty of analysts. He is going to be that number 1 tackle. He is the number 1 tackle going into this draft class. He is going to be gone in the first 5 to 7 picks of the 2025 NFL draft. As long as he is not with a rival, I will definitely continue to support wherever he plays as long as it's not a rival. Xavier Worthy, I've already shared my sentiments about you, bro. Sorry, but you're with the dark side now. We can't rock no more, bro. I'm sorry. Tinker people are fair weather or bandwagon wag fans. If we lose out, hold up. If we lose because we suck, okay, but give 100%. Here's the thing. I salute, bro. Here's the thing. We've talked about at least seeing us compete, and we've seen this team compete over these last few weeks. We saw what happened in KC. I feel like they are putting the effort, but then again, injury after injury after injury, the shit has added up. O'Connell went down yesterday, and you put a guy that was not playing for a while in Desmond Ridder out there, and we saw the end result, and that's probably going to be the end result for the next couple of weeks if he's the one that's going to be the starting quarterback moving forward. We know Minshew's out, the broken collarbone. Minshew is probably not going to be in silver and black next season. O'Connell, I know people have asked, look, he's still under contract with us for another 2 years, not breaking the bank having him on our roster anyways, but this is where we're at. Whoever our QB is, bet the over 1.5 turnovers and press all the winnings until, good God, 5 more, y'all. We will be top 3. We have the worst offense in football no matter who we play. Devin, it's legit, bro. It's legit. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Even Stevie Wonder can see they're not tanking. They're just trash. It's just a bad year, man. It's a bad year. How would you feel about taking a running back in the second round too early, possibly Amarian Hampton? Rico, salute. And this is another conversation that me and Graf have had a lot over the last few weeks because it's like, okay, we can get our quarterback in the first round, right? Do we try to find a way to move back up into the first round? Or we just stand pat? Because I believe, if I remember correctly, I think we have like 4 draft picks in the first 3 rounds. Second round will be best player available. I would personally go oh my God, what's wrong with me? Best player available by either offensive line or running back. It's a toss-up right there. Are we going to need a running back? You bet your ass we will. But we also need that help in the trenches. The tackles, I'm okay with right now. For now. Our guards, we need bigger guards. We need guards, and I said this a couple of times over the last few weeks. And again, whatever, you can call me a homer, whatever. I see what Texas offensive line has had over these last few years, and it's been a consistent 3-4 years these guys have played together. But their line across the board, average 6'5", 6'6", excess of 320 pounds. You need guys like that, at least for our interior right now. We can look in free agency as well. I'm going to have to take a look to see who's going to be available free agents on the offensive line, specifically at the guard position. Running backs, yes, I want a running back in this draft, and I want one of these guys because this is a very deep running back draft class as well. I can't with you, Ben Bad. At least a guard and a left tackle. The draft is deep with DB is also yes. Yes. Sincere is low-key serviceable to pair with a rookie. Isaiah, 1,000% right. His vision is there. I'm glad to see him have I'm glad that he got more involved yesterday. He pretty much was the featured back yesterday. I'm good with him. But yeah, we definitely need one in this upcoming draft. Absolutely. Championships are won in the trenches. 1,000%. And I've said this 1,000 times. If your O-line don't work, your offense ain't gonna work. And early stages, yeah, the offensive line was not that great. End result where we're at now. It's always frustrating in the first week of December and Shieldmore is already doing mock drafts. You can't knock us for that, though, bro. You need to go give Mark Davis a call, Travis. It's not our fault, man. This has been a bad year. You guys always want to ask me what am I looking at prediction-wise going into this season? And this is why I don't sit here before the season starts and be like, oh yeah, I think we're gonna finish here. I go 3 games. I assess the 53-man roster. I see those 3 games. Then I can be like, all right, this is where I think we're going to be. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I said we're going to end up finishing 3-14, 4-13. We're almost there, but at the same time, at this point, stand pat where you're at. You cannot hold that against us for doing this. It's been a rough year. It has been. Nobody saw this coming. But again, certain things, and I said this during the live yesterday, looking at our roster right now, and again, being plagued by injuries, the depth, in my opinion, the depth's not really there either. Because a lot of these guys their numbers have been called, some of them, their performance has been not that good. It's been subpar at best. You saw Darnay Holmes yesterday and what he did. That sack where he pretty much just went Stretch Armstrong and yanked Baker Mayfield with one arm, I was impressed. Chasing a guy that was claimed off of waivers. He had a pick yesterday. Or an interception, rather. Good job. And that was a fantastic job by him. But a lot of these other guys, they're Jags. Just another guy. We have to be concerned about this going into the offseason, building that depth, and having guys that are going to really perform and really put in some serious effort when their numbers are called. It sucks to say that, but it is what it is. Everybody's talking about this kid. Everybody's talking about kid. A very violent runner. If he was there for us, I'd be for it. I think Genty, realistically, Genty's going to end up going to Dallas. I don't see Zeke coming back, and they need a running back. So I have a feeling they're going to reach. They're going to reach in the first round because I've said this. I feel like the running back position has been depreciated, and getting drafted in the first round, they always had that 5th-year option, and that's a pretty hefty penny once that 5th year comes around. But I think Dallas is going to be the team that pulls out and takes Genty in the first round. First mock was week 6. No, it wasn't. We need that 2016 O-line. No one under 300 to 310 across the line. Got to give Estat his props. He was preaching. Bro, he's always preaching about the thick frames. He absolutely is. And he's 1,000% correct. I've had that. Exactly what I'm saying to you guys now. I've said before on previous lives, and he's always been a guy that's first in line to comment on it right away. Yo, you're right. I agree with you on this. But Graf said it best yesterday. If we were to ever have a team, Estat would be our offensive line coach. I think I picked 5. CGR. CGR is Martin. What? I'm so confused. Who's on your radar for the running back draft? I think Hampton is a guy that's up there for me. I would have to look again. I'm more concerned. Running back for me wasn't quarterback and offensive line help was the most important thing for me, but now I'm in the air. I'm up in the air, but back and forth between offensive line and running back. So I'm going to start doing homework again on the running backs and really go through this. Brock Bowers, our brightest spot of the year. Jack Jones, our lowest. Rico, I'm going to highlight this, but I'm going to have to correct you. Brock Bowers, our brightest spot this year. Jack Jones, our lowest. Could say Zamir, but more was expected from Jack. You see what I did there, right? His name is Zamir. We are not calling that guy that name. I'm not even going to say the name. Richardson is getting valuable reps at least. Getting cooked, though. Are you talking about D-Camp? Yeah. You saw the battle against Mike Evans. That was more of a welcome to the league, young buck. Like it was quite ugly yesterday, man. It was quite ugly yesterday. Worst year in 20 plus, yeah. The list of QBs we've had since we stuck with Carr for too many years is pitiful. And I went through a list yesterday, Dan. No, this was 2 nights ago when we had the Shieldmore show. In terms of our coaching and the revolving door that is a Raiders head coach, it's terrible. And I said it the other day, and I'm getting, of course, I got backlash, and everybody's like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, whatever. But like, you need that continuity, you need that consistency. And like I said, if AP were to be back next year and get Shedeur, you can blow up the offensive side in terms of the offensive coaching staff and get a real solidified offensive coordinator here that will take Shedeur and our offense to the next level and to the playoffs and beyond. And everybody's like, well, I did a comparison and it really wasn't a full comparison, but I said, this is what I see as I mentioned Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin was hired, and look, the Steelers have only had 16 head coaches there in their franchise existence. Tomlin's been there since 2007, right? Granted, he had Ben Roethlisberger up until 2021 and then had these other quarterbacks. You had Pickett, you had, I think, Trubisky, if I remember correctly. He's got Fields, he's got Wilson now. That defense has always been solid. You have seen them, whether it being a little bit over 500, just at 500, they always find ways to be in the playoffs, all right? He is currently the longest tenured coach in the NFL. You didn't see a revolving door there. This is what I'm saying. It's not a full comparison, but I'm like, that consistency and continuity is what will keep a coach here. You don't need to go 1 year. Oh, no, this is where we finish. This is how he does. Nah, you're gone. We need to have consistency. We do. And like I said, I know people the other day tried to give me a hard time about it, but it's just like, really? Like, where do you think? I look again, and this is from some of these teams. There's only a handful of teams that really do this. You're talking about the head coach. Head coach delegates. Head coach is supposed to delegate. Offensive coordinator, you got that. Defensive coordinator, you got that, right? There's a handful of coaches that can be the offensive play callers and have success with their quarterbacks. Andy Reid. Sean Payton is doing his thing now with Bo Nix, and a lot of people did not think Bo Nix was going to be that guy. Sean Payton did that in the past with Drew Brees as well. Kyle Shanahan. Everybody talks about Brock being a top 10, No. One, Shanahan learned from his father, has worked around some very, very bright football minds. Brock Purdy is a system guy. Because, look, where he was drafted, number one. Number two, I don't think any other team in the NFL would give this kid a shot the way that Kyle Shanahan has. Am I wrong? Delegate, but you need to have the right people there. Antonio Pierce, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you've ever watched. Salute to you, my guy. If you are, in fact, back for a second year, do not make it your last. If you get Shedeur, do not fuck this up. Get an offensive coordinator that knows what the fuck he's doing, so your job is safe and the people will love you again. Wild card or division, you have to make the necessary changes this coming off season, and it doesn't just start with you. Telesco's going to play a role in it. Tom Brady and Richard Seymour are going to be in the ear of all these guys. Mark Davis, Tom Telesco, Antonio Pierce. Change is coming, guys. Change is coming, but you just have to be optimistic about it and just hope that the best is yet to come. Shout out to Chris on the $5. Do you think the Turners are doing good as OC? Seems like the offense has more flow, and I don't think that they are. I don't think they're the long-term answer. And it's funny because I didn't see it, and I'm talking what I'm saying right now, but I don't think they're the long-term solution. I don't. Let me see. Telesco going to knock it out the park this year too. Hope so. I know I have to catch up now, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I went talking, and yeah, I'm sorry. I got to catch up with you guys now. I'm like very far behind. Did I just see a Demon King in here? I did. Salute, Jay. Hope all is well with you and the family, bro. Definitely Neil from Kansas. Yeah, Neil's another guy. 3 more home games. How many Raider fans do you think will be there? I know we'll be going hard in J-Lot. Salute to Thor. If there's anything right now that I'm saying wrong and I'm trying to catch up in the chat, I'm just curious to see what you guys think in terms of what I just said. Head coach needs to be a play caller. Any other way doesn't work. If OC is good, they move on and offense resets again. Kenny, like I just said it, there's only a handful of head coaches of the offensive play callers and are successful with it. AP is not that guy. That's why I'm saying you need to get a real offensive coordinator in here. You got to bring in that game changer. Absolutely. We lost that Browns game. The first overall would have been locked. That's a fact. That is a fact, Jose. Shedeur season is upon us. All right, I'm getting thumbs up now. I'm a Raider fan, good or bad. Look, we say this all the time. Win, lose, or tie, right? What do you think of Pat Shurmur's OC? He's Shedeur's OC in Colorado. Daniel, to refresh my memory. The name sounds incredibly familiar. Was Shurmur a coach with Minnesota or the Giants or both? Refresh my memory, because the name sounds incredibly familiar. I don't know if I would go that route, though. Eagles, Lions, Bucs, Steelers, Bills head coach don't call play. That's a fact, Isaiah, and thank you. You just nailed it. There you go. He did coach the Giants. See, I have had concussions, but I can remember things here and there. He was with the Browns. We need an innovative offensive mind to be head coach. Hold on. Now you guys are really moving. And shout out to almost 300 we have in here right now. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush a bell. We need an innovative offensive mind to be a head coach that can mold his QB. Thank you. You're 1,000% right. We don't want offensive coordinators. Wait, what? We don't want OC style? What do you mean, Ben? It was a great early Christmas present. Thank you, Uncle Steve. Now let's see if we bring back Pete Alonso and maybe get another 1 or 2 guys, preferably a pitcher. Either Corbin Burns or there was somebody else that's up there right now for us that we're looking into. I don't think Shurmur will leave. Okay. Met smoke or something to be overpaying. So, here we go. That sounds like an angry Yankee fan. Desert, don't start. He should have took the deal that was offered to him last year, bro. But look, Scott Boras is Pete Alonso's agent as well. I think they're going to try to work something out and get him back in Flushing. What do you think about T. Higgins and free agency? Him with Jacoby, Brock, and Tucker would be solid top receiving group. We have the money. Rico, me and Graf, I was kind of hesitant at first, but You can give this guy a deal for $30 million on average. I wouldn't mind it. As long as we don't have to deal with any bullshit. Like I would do it. We have a lot of cap space. I think we have like excess of over 125 million to play with. I remember some of it is allocated towards the draft as well, but I'm here for it, bro. Jason said he's a Yankee fan and not angry. Cool. A lot of Yankee fans are, though. I was listening to it all morning. L11 salute. 3 away from 9,500. Y'all run it up. I'd rather draft LeJohntay Wester. I'm gonna have to look that up. You guys want to do a mock draft right now? I know somebody didn't seem to be too thrilled about it, but do you guys want to do a mock draft? And I also don't know if they've updated it yet on any of these platforms. Give me a thumbs up if you guys want me to do a mock draft. Big mock energy. Yo, I can't with you, bro. NFL draft, mock draft simulator. Oh, yes, we do have the number 1 overall in this one. Okay. Y'all ready? All right. Well, there's a shit ton of thumbs up, so yeah, I guess y'all are ready. Are you ready? No. Had a moment. I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, coming soon in January, y'all. We got a wrestling podcast coming. All right, here we go. Ooh, doesn't that look so great on the screen like that? So we had the number 1 overall pick, guys. Where are we going with this? Yo, I'm thinking twice about this. I think I want to go Travis Hunter. What do y'all think? No, I'm joking. PFF's rankings are way off, so I don't really give a shit. We got our quarterback of the future. Round 2. Look at where we're at. Now, I've talked about this. This is what I want to do. We're going to running back. We're going to go interior offensive line. I just told you guys I'm going to go by best player available, right? I told you I'm going to go by best player available, right? And this is where we stand right now. See Tate Ratledge is there. I said trade back and I'd commit Arsenal. Yo, let me not say that. Definitely O-line second round. I've told you guys I'm very up in the air right now. Bone Bruiser, see trying to play Monday. Oh shit. All right. Where are we going here, guys? All right. We're gonna do it this way. I'm not going. Isaiah, I would not go corners in the second round. I'm sorry. But I've said this before too. I'm going one of 2 ways here. Either I'm going a running back or I'm going interior. Receiver, I could go to 4th round for one. No more Alabama guards. You know what? We're going to take Amarion Hampton. Doom, doom, doom. Touch. I'm sorry. I was a little caught up there. Tate Ratledge is there for us. So there you go. We got a running back. We got a quarterback. We got a guard. So there you go. We got 3 of the spots that we needed. Now we can go forward and look at this. Go to receivers. Torrey Horton. Oh no, Horton here's a who? Antwain Wells. I'm sorry. I am going receiver here. I'm looking. I said I'm looking down. I heard Ricky White has been a really solid dude this year, but that's way too early. I'm tempted to go with the kid out of Ole Miss. Ricky White ain't bad. I'm going back and forth. You're the GM in this mock. Just run with it. Okay, bro. I got you. I'm just very hesitant right now. I don't know why. I never get like this with you guys either. Let's take a look at best available on the board. Kevin Winston out of Penn State. Dante Corleone. You know what? Honest to God, I think I'd much rather go. I'm going to go best player available, but I'm going to go by corner. Or do I go interior? Do I go interior D-line? I'm going with Corleone. You got a name like a mobster in Vegas, it just sounds good. We're going to just go best player available down the board. Taj Brooks. I'm telling you, this running back class is deep, bro. Carson Beck is still there. See what I mean? Huge drop off. I'm going corner. Actually, looking at this, yeah, going corner. Look at where Quinn is. I've said it. I've said it. And I'm not taking it back when I do say it. Divine Diablo is going to be gone. I'm going with a linebacker. And we still got 4 picks to go. We got add some we got add some depth to the edge because we don't know what the deal with Kuntz is going to be. I will go safety because we don't have one. Well, you see what I'm doing here, though. I'm going straight best player available. Do I add this late in the draft? I'll take the flyer on Jackson Dart, and then maybe finish with another receiver at the end or a running back. Dylan Gabriel's still there. Like, that's not a good look. I don't think we get graded for this, anyways. Whatever. Definitely can't go by this either. But somebody take a screenshot of this if you guys can. Somebody take a screenshot of it. We got receivers in free agency that we could look at. I probably should have took a receiver probably in the 3rd round with one of those 2 picks. I'm going to just ask you guys straight up. Thumbs up, thumbs down for that. Thumbs up, thumbs down for that one. That's it. Let's get this back up on the screen. I think, look, we addressed especially the first 3 rounds, like the main things that we need, and it's definitely going to be the offensive side of the ball. It's a crapshoot every year anyway. That's realist, 1,000% correct. Colorado receivers already have chemistry with Sanders. You're right. That's good. We will just get another receiver in free agency. I did take 2 quarterbacks just in case. And you saw how late I took Jackson Dart. Why not? Why not? All right. We're going to set this up now. This is the fun part. This is where you guys get involved. And hopefully it works without any hitches today. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry for the dead air. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right. Minshew gone. We need depth in QB. Thank you. At least you know, Cider. Here comes the fun part, y'all, because we haven't done this in a very long time either. So let's get this up. Vault line is open now, guys. This is the fun part. This is about y'all. 347-471-0361. Calling in, sound off on everything we talked about today. I'm here for it. We'll do this for another couple of minutes. I think we've actually been on for over an hour, and there's still over 250 people in here. So I salute to everybody. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all. And again, we're 3 away from 9,500. Once again, let's run it up, y'all. Let's go. And if you guys want to call in, sound off, floor is yours. Let's go. 347-471-0361. Call in, sound off. It's all about y'all right now. And you guys see it here. There you go. Coldest.com/Hammer's House. Love this damn thing. Call in and show your colors. Nation can't get right. Talk that shit, bro. I don't even want to know what Zon is talking. I don't know what he did. Congrats on Juan Soto. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's a great day to be a Met. Christmas came early. I called, but oh my God. Guys, don't be shy. Call on in, sound off. If not, we're probably just going to wrap the show up because, like I said, we already hit an hour. We covered a lot. We talked about the scores. We talked about, we heard from Antonio Pierce. We recapped our game yesterday, where we currently stand as we are the #1 overall pick. We got one. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hammer, what's up with you, man? This is Frank White in the chat.
Who is it? I couldn't hear you.
Frank White.
What's up, bro? Sound off.
What's up, man? Oh, man, I just wanted to talk about the good news, man. We got the #1 pick. It's looking up. We still got a good roster as long as we keep some of our good players and free agents like Moreg and Hobbs, guys like that. I think we're looking good for the 2025 season.
So you're saying you would keep guys of the likes of Hobbs and Merrick. What would you do with Divine Diablo?
Spillane, guys like Spillane too.
Spillane's got to stay.
Diablo, I mean, Diablo is a good player, right? And I like his potential, but I think the kid Burns, or is it Bernie out of Florida?
Amari Bernie?
Dog. Yeah, Amari Bernie. I think we can replace him with Amari Bernie. So I hate to see him walk, but, we can't keep everybody. You know how it is.
Absolutely. I think, for me personally, I think Diablo at this point, he got to go, bro. He's got to go.
I mean, he's a little inconsistent, I'm definitely keeping Spillane over that guy. You got Bernie right there. Linebackers, they come a dime a dozen, and especially in the draft. I think they're kind of deep in this year's draft as well. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about, Hammer, is I think we need a running back. Do you address that in free agency, or who are you looking at in the draft?
I'm addressing.
As we talking about as far as the draft.
I'm addressing in the draft.
Who are you saying?
I'm absolutely addressing it in the draft. Like we just did a mock draft, and I took Amari on Hampton in the second round. I'm going a running back in the second round.
You know what? I've been kind of locked on Marion Hampton, right? But then it's this guy I came across last night. Are you familiar with? I think his name is Quinshawn Judkins out of Ohio State right now.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of his game.
Oh man, I like his game, man. He's got a nice game, and I think he'll be available in the second round. If, guys like that, because this guy, he's a playmaker. That's what I like about him. This
is going to be a very deep draft class as it goes with defensive backs and the running back position. Like I said, Genty is going to be gone in the first round, and it might be earlier than what a lot of people think as well. But this draft class is filled.
Oh, Genty's out of here.
Yeah, this is a very deep running back class, and we'll be there for the pickings, especially in the second round, unless they decide to do something and find their way back into the first round for something else. But this running back draft class, I think I'll be perfectly fine with any of these guys that are there as best running back available for us when the second round comes up for us. Yeah, Trayvon Henderson
What
as well
about
as
a
a guy
guy
that I
like
constantly mess with. Daniel, no Diddy.
what did you say? Who was his name?
He just said Trayvon Henderson as well. He's another guy that
Oh,
I've drafted in mock drafts as well.
okay, I got to get familiar with Trayvon. What about a guy like Najee Harris in free agency? I don't think the
No.
no.
And they declined his 5th-year option and everything. I don't know if I'm taking a chance on Najee.
I like from Najee. You know he's a Bay Area kid, and he kind of reminds me of Alvin Kamara. He can catch out the backfield and block, and he's good at running the ball too. But yeah, I kind of would want somebody fresh, especially when it's the running back position.
Exactly.
I don't want nobody with a lot of miles on him.
Yeah, a lot of miles, and he's going to be asking for a lot of money. That's why I'm not going the route of Najee Harris. I'm sorry. I know we're gonna have it, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I was just throwing that one out there, man. And one more thing, we're going to need a receiver. Do you address that in free agency, or do you draft somebody out of college? Because that position is deep.
Both.
Yeah.
Go for T Higgins, and then we draft one of the receivers in like the 3rd or the 4th round. That's it.
Yeah, there's this guy out of TCU. I forgot his name, but I was doing my homework last night. 6'4" kid out of TCU. Hey, he plays wide receiver like Brock Bowers plays tight end. He doesn't just line up outside. He'll line up as a running back. He kind of reminds me of
he's another one of those gadget guys that you could put all over the place.
Exactly. 6'4", and he runs about a 4.3.
Damn.
Yeah. I forget his name. If I remember it, I'll put it in the chat. But he's the wide receiver out of TCU.
I'm definitely going to have to look into that. Frank, as always, appreciate the call, bro. Happy holidays, and we'll definitely be talking soon.
Happy holidays to you as well.
Take care, man.
Oh, take care.
Salute to Frank White. Let's see where we're at. I want running back also, but in the draft, we have to first know our offensive coordinator and running scheme. That's a fact. Taino. Hold up. There you go. Just nailed that one. Can't get right. I can't with you. Can't get right. Said happy holidays to the greatest nation. There you go. And again, guys, you had the Monday night game tonight between the Cowboys and the Bengals. They're Simpsonizing the players. It's going to be on ESPN Plus and I believe Disney as well. Definitely check that out. I'll probably go back and forth between that and Monday Night Raw, but I definitely want to see how it looks. And I'm a big kid at heart. When they've had some of the NHL games, they did one recently with the cartoon. Was it Big City Green? It was actually pretty cool. Holland is on the list. Holland was a guy that I wanted here when he was in that draft class a couple of years ago, and we got Merrick instead. Holland was a guy that was very high on my radar in that draft class. AJ, we did. It's a beautiful thing. And salute to Rob, because Rob was the very first person to reach out yesterday and tell me. And I was like, dude, is this official? And then he's like, yep. Go to ESPN. I was like, oh my God, this really happened. We got another one. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Hammer, how you doing? This is Chris for Raiders from California City.
What's going on, man?
I put that super chat in for the Turners. I'm just wondering, I'm just hoping that the Raiders just don't go pick any other OC. If they can't find anybody, I say keep them. I mean, they're not the best, but we can't do another Lou Getsy. No,
absolutely not. And it's crazy. A lot of people were talking about some of these offensive coordinators the other night when we did the Shieldmore Live, and they were talking about a guy like Cohn, who's now the offensive coordinator in Tampa. And watching that game yesterday, it's just like, yo, we really fucked this one up. We should have had somebody like him. Right. I think Klein was another guy that we had the option to get, and you took Getsy. Granted, we had Kingsbury in Henderson, and he's like, nope. Walks, and you see what he's doing with Washington. But a guy like Cohen or a guy like Klein, we should have had those guys.
I think Kingsbury was more or less just a contract.
Yes.
But he saw what the Raiders' quarterback situation was, and he didn't want to ruin his career with subpar quarterbacks in offensive line and stuff like that. So, no, I'll go somewhere else so I get the number one pick. That's what I'm thinking part of it is. But like I said, we can't fail in OC. I think the Turners are doing all right. The ball is moving slow, and they do different plays. They're not just first down run, second down run, third down pass. You know what I'm saying?
I wholeheartedly
So
agree.
they can find anybody that's good for Shedeur. They just don't pick anybody randomly. Just keep the guys. They know the players. They know the receivers. They know the offense. Just let it roll.
The thing with Kingsbury, it was, and thank you, Adam, for mentioning this. It was a contract, but it was a QB situation as well, and I'm pretty sure it was before we even signed Minshew. So I think again, the fact that it was similar to that of why Jacobs isn't here. The fact that we did not move up to get a quarterback is why Kingsbury also walked on it and was like, "Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm good. I'm good."
So they tried, but they wasn't getting up on it, which I don't blame them. They wasn't giving it a number 2 pick to help the Raiders out.
But even so, if you saw that Jaden was off the board or had the idea that Jaden was going to be off the board, why didn't you try to move up? But obviously, and I'm not. Look, don't. There obviously.
Who else there?
Penix was there.
The only rookie that's so good is maybe both Knicks. I think it's all right. And Jaden, as a rookie quarterback, no.
Everybody, a lot of people, including myself, was like, Knicks is not going to be it at the next level. Insert Sean Payton and see what this kid's doing, and he's one of the front runners for Offensive Rookie of the Year. You have him, you have Jaden Daniels, you have Brock. And then the rest of the quarterback class, you had Drake May, you had J.J. McCarthy, who went down with injury, and Sam Darnold has taken over Minnesota. I'm curious to see what Minnesota does this offseason with that. Michael Penix was there, and the Falcons swooped him up, pun intended.
Yeah, I was there with you when that happened.
Everybody in the room was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, well, now it's best player available. And again, draft class.
I don't think the Raiders expected things to go to Atlanta. I think they thought, we should get them, but Atlanta just like this.
Like, I love this. I loved our draft class. I gave it a solid B+. I think if we had gotten a quarterback, it would have been a little higher. But look, we got one of the best premier rookies in the league right now. And now we just
there's not top three. Our top 3 draft picks are all starters.
Yeah,
I mean, so that's not bad compared to what we've been doing the last few years. All our number 1 picks and all that stuff were not even with us anymore.
We got to get through these next 4 games and then ultimately see what our final record is to really be like, do we have the number 1? Is Shedeur going to be a Raider, or are we sitting at number 2? We can't mess this up at this point, though.
The Raiders probably pissed me off. Probably messed around, went 3 straight. But I hope they still get the number 1 pick. Hammer, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man. I ain't talking to you in a while. I've been kind of busy, but like I said, go Dodgers and go Raiders. I mean, we'll talk to you later.
Take care, man. Until let's go ahead, trust. Look, again, not the season we ultimately envision. We are what we are right now. Win, lose, or tie, I'm still here, y'all. It's been a rough season. I'm still here. Graf's still here. Wasted still here. It's not like we're giving up. If we were, we wouldn't be doing this as much as we do. We wouldn't be bringing you that fire content. We're still here, man, and we're still here for y'all as well. So, and again, yesterday, for those that pulled up for the game, thank you guys. Really, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for being part of the struggle as well, man. I'm ready to order my number 2 jersey. We are number 1 in the NFL for the first time this season. Wow, that's messed up. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the resident meathead of Raider Nation, Mr. L.A. Rob.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? I'm just sitting here waiting for my son to come out of dental surgery right now. So the wife's in there about to bring him out, so I got to make this one quick. I'm where we're at in the draft, we just can't fuck it up. I'm going to be in Vegas in 2 weeks. Hopefully we don't beat the Jags because I'll be fucking moping around the city. But I feel like if we can keep the spot we're at, we can get Shedeur, get a couple other pieces in the draft, solidify this O-line with maybe another guard or so. Go get T. Higgins. And I really feel that whoever we bring in as our offensive coordinator needs to switch this to a power run scheme. I can't do zone. We're not built for zone.
Nope.
And I've always been a fan of the one cut back. Give me one cut up the field. I'm tired of this. Let's do a stretch to the outside. No. I want to go between the guard and the center, guard and tackle, and just go. So, especially with the weapons that we have, we can run a lot of play action that way. I'm not sure what vets are available or even what one cut backs in the draft. I actually got to do more research on that. But yeah, Holland, we need to bring him in on defense. I don't know what's going to end up happening with Kuntz, if he's going to be back or not. If not, we need to go see what we can do. And I mean, here's an idea. If this is a dream scenario, so don't judge me here. I'm dropping some fantasy stuff. If we get everything we need in the draft, and then let's say the Niners are just done, because I don't think Debo's going back. Don't know how long Ayuk's going to be out. McCaffrey's pretty much done over there. What do you think it would cost to bring Nick Bosa to Vegas?
Goddamn.
Huh?
Oh my God, bro. Really? I'm sitting here and I said it. I don't think I said it loud enough on the mic. I was like, please don't say Bosa. Please don't say Bosa.
Why?
I don't know how I would feel about that, bro. I really don't. Yeah, I got everybody in the chat laughing now because they saw my reaction. I don't know if I would do that.
Well, I mean, it all depends. I mean, granted, I just want to get somebody on the opposite side of Max. We got Wilkins in the middle, but we need another dominant force on the other side. I mean, case in point, look at what Philly's doing. Look at their line. We need to do that.
My thing is with Bosa though. Bosa is he's so often injured, and he's another dude that just. There's one thing I hate talking about when I'm talking football. Bosa's a complete opposite. He plays football, but he also talks that extracurricular shit. I'm not with that. Fuck that.
Are you talking about the hat situation?
Yeah, I'm not with that shit. Like, it's.
I think now that the whole thing is over with, I don't think he's going to talk that. I think that was just during the current times. Now that it's already been settled. I don't think he's going to be doing that, especially after the hell he got for doing that after that interview.
You think maybe he would tone it down now, pretty much?
Yeah, let's just say the election's over. I don't think he's going to be talking about it anymore now that it's over. Because remember, everybody was talking things about the election during the election time. Now that it's over, I don't think people are going to be talking about it. Right now, everybody's talking about how Jay-Z's are done. All done. So
hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
Shit, sound like he did all Diddy.
I heard about that last night, and I'm not going to address it. I'm at a loss for words. I'm not going to talk about that, and nobody else in the chat. I'm telling you right now, do not talk about it. I will throw you in timeout.
Okay. All I'm going to say on that is Cat Williams told us all already on Shannon Sharp's podcast. Everything was coming up.
Talk about a whistleblower.
He knew it. But no, I'm trying to think of who we could bring in other than Nick.
If we can get hold up. You know what? Let me see if I can find it now. 2025 free agent Ds. 25. Spot track. Here we go. 2025 defensive ends.
I'll say look at teams that don't have money.
DeMarcus Lawrence, Josh Sweat, Chase Young, Charles Aminu, Marcus Davenport, Foley Fatukasi.
Give me Sweat.
I saw
Give me
Josh
Sweat.
Sweat.
Yep.
John
I'd go
Kaminsky,
Sweat.
Brandon Graham, Cleve. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Morgan Fox, Emmanuel Ogba, Dante Fowler, Peyton Turner, Solomon Thomas. We already had a run with him. Yeah, this would be. I don't know, bro. And a lot. I'm looking. You know what? Let me do it by age. I'm gonna go by the youngest. That might help. Aziz Ojulari, Joseph Asai, Deo Adiyingbo, Cameron Sample, Chase Young, and that's up
I
until
give Chase on a cheap deal.
that's up until 25. I would take the flyer on Chase Young.
Yeah, I would do Chase Young, and then I would do Sweat. Tank would be the last on my list, though.
Yeah, I would go Young though.
Yeah, I know. Trying to think, is there anybody else I can think of right now? But I think that, and then as far as corner wise, we definitely got to bring in another corner. I think.
Do it through the draft first.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I don't think. Wait, what's his name still sitting in free agency?
Who?
The corner that was on Miami.
I'm not taking that chance, bro. Nope. Everybody stayed away from that. That's why. Because of those issues, nobody's giving him a chance.
That's a good point. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. You know, I can't remember the last time we took a quarterback in the first, except for dumbass. So I'm gonna head out right now, brother. It was good talking to you, and we'll reconvene later.
Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up later on.
All right.
Later, brother. Salute to my guy, L.A. Rob. Yeah. Gonna have money. We can go big. No Diddy. Hold up. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Hammer? I'm calling here from California. How you doing today?
Good, man. Sound off.
Now I have a question. If we finish number 1 on the draft pick, do we still keep EP?
Do we still keep it? Look, we've been talking about this for like the last 2 days. I think that we should. A lot of other people think we should go another route and look for a new head coach. And like I said, I don't want to go through that. I do not want to see this revolving door at the head coaching position anymore. I think you get the quarterback of the future and you give it another year. You give AP another shot, but you need to address the entire offensive coaching staff. Clean house, get a really solidified offensive coordinator, a really great offensive mind that can just coach up Shedeur and make that dude the front runner for next year's offensive rookie of the year.
And the only reason I'm asking this question because now that we hold the number 1 pick and say we finish off that way, it's going to be a little bit more interesting for other coaches that pick their quarterback and want to come to the Raiders.
I'll put it this way: if we end up with the number 1 overall pick and AP is gone, I think it will intrigue other coaches to want to have the head coaching position with us.
Well, that's all I had. Hammer, thank you very much for always having time for me, and much love and much respect.
Appreciate you, man. Take care.
Have a good one.
So, get rid of AP, hire Ben Johnson, problem solved. Everybody with this Ben Johnson thing, look, there's a lot of teams and a lot of these sports radio talks that are constantly bringing up Ben Johnson with all these other teams. Not once have I heard his name brought up as it relates to the Raiders, like from other sport media outlets. But it's other teams that I'm constantly hearing his name being tied to. We'll see. He'll be back next year, and we'll have the defense we thought we had this year. As long as these guys stay healthy, you're 1,000% correct. Salute to Van City. I don't care who we get, as long as we could just win, baby. Talk that shit can't get right. Deion will leave Colorado if we keep that number 1. Deion's not going – he doesn't want to coach in the NFL. He doesn't want to coach in the NFL. And I'm really, really stunned right now with this whole thing with Belichick. Belichick might end up being the next head coach for University of North Carolina's football team. I don't know, man. That just seems really, really crazy. Like, as old as he is, and I'm not being disrespectful, but you want to go through that whole thing of recruiting, you want to deal with the NIL and all that other stuff, bro. I don't know. Good luck, man. I believe our defense will be better because all the injuries. Yeah, I think so too. Bye, old man Rivers. I've been hearing about it after they fired Mac Brown, who was Texas's coach when they won their last national championship in 2005. He had a couple more years after, and he got fired. He took over UNC. And they fired him a couple of weeks ago, and now all of a sudden, Bill Belichick might be the next head coach for UNC. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's chasing, Martin. Like I said, it doesn't make sense. We already know he's chasing 20-year-old women, but I digress. I don't know why he would be going backwards pretty much. I'm done. All right, let me throw this on Do Not Disturb. We've actually been on for almost an hour and a half. There's still over 266 in the room. Still one away from 9,500. I don't know why. Whatever. It's what it is. I'm going to take this off the screen as well. We have to find a QB1 before we can attract a respectable head coach. Look, if we finish with the number 1 overall pick after the next 4 weeks, there will be somebody, a bright offensive mind that's geared to be the next head coach. If that does in fact happen, they're going to want to come here. Brady made it clear on a telecast that he would love to play in Ben Johnson's offense. Maybe we have an in because of Brady. Interessante. The number 1 draft pick will attract a good head coach. There you go. Mondo, what's good, my guy? Are you bummed we don't get to squash DC on his new team since he's out for the season? No. I will say this, and I won't talk about it after this. I guarantee you there's a lot of people that are out there that felt that way. He's no longer here. He's no longer in the silver and black. I don't care. He got hurt. I saw that replay and was just like, dude, you're stuck in your old ways. The way he face planted, I was just like, that's him being him. That's number 4 being number 4. Oh, well, there's nothing else I can say about that. We did hit 9,500. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Can we try to get to 10K within the next 4 weeks? Spread the word. Share the channel out as much as you guys possibly can. It would be a great way. I know this has been a very, very rough year for each and every single one of us. But it'd be great to get to that milestone of 10K by the season's end. I appreciate everybody that pulled on up today. Still 260 of you left in here right now. And again, we are on multiple platforms. On your way out, if you haven't already, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation for the nation. Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation, till I die. Till next time, y'all. And of course, as always, on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. Graph will be live in another half hour to an hour, if I remember correctly. But you know what we do when we leave here now.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
Take care, guys. I'm outro.